We are back with another review. Today we are doing a nice little experiment. I built this little light box here out of some cardboard, and I hooked up some of the studio lights in front of it. But last night, after I got done filming the review for today, I ended up looking for a nice place to basically set my cards out that I got from the unboxing. Now I have them set up here in 5 piles. We got the 4 piles here that I set up. Those are just a mixture of land, basically everything except for the rares and mythics. And then we got our 5th pile here, which is the rares and mythics. So I was like, let me lay all these out. These are brand new, fresh cards, and I'll do a little experiment for the viewers. So it's been less than 24 hours. It's been over 12, so probably around closer to 18 hours since at the filming of this video from when I filmed the last video, which is when I unboxed these cards. Now, if you followed my last video that I uploaded today, basically I explained this. I got a booster box from Wizards of the Coast, and all these cards here were all free because I had a bunch of cards that were curled up, damaged, and just messed up after like less than a day of being out of the pack. It's basically started turning into Pringles and warping. So they sent me a booster box for free, and I unboxed it for you guys here on this channel, and got some really good pulls. Super sweet pulls. But guess what? Here we are less than a day later with the same cards, and they're all warped and messed up. Even the foil Alpine Moon that we got, we're going to pull the bolus out. These have been just sitting here like this. I left them in this booth so that basically nothing's going to get near them or touch them. So these have been unadulterated. But we will go through the stack and pull out the bolus. That foil Alpine Moon, I made a very specific point that I left that one on top, and you could even see right here the curling and the bowing. But we're going to go into it. I hooked up the camera to a nice tripod where it has this nice elevation drop, which will allow you, the viewer, to see for example, things like this, where you can see these nice pockets of light here as I scroll up and down through the stack. So let's check these out and let's see what we got here. Obviously, as you can see, it's a mess. It's an effing mess. So let's start off with this left pack right over here. So as I roll up and down, you can clearly see that you're starting to see more pockets of light. Now this is what I was talking about when the cards. Now you can start to see the evolution of these pockets of light through the stacks of cards. Now these pockets of light here, these are created by the cards in the stack that are actually warping. Look at this. Look at these light pockets through here. Insane. Insane. Let's hop to the second one. This one, it might have been because the stack, you can see one developing right here. It might have been because the stack might have been stacked too high, but then I'm seeing more in the other stacks as well. But it seems to be, and then here you can see another one right here, and look at this huge pocket of light right here from this bowed out card. And look at these all popping up right here. Right around there, you can start to see those. Now those are more pockets of light from these warped cards. Now I haven't done the experiment of basically putting these all into smaller sections and looking at them. I wanted to do this experiment just on, I was going to do a day, but I came over and looked at them and I was like, these are horrible. So I decided to film a video live right there. And then you can see how bad these bowing outs are on these stacks. So let's move on to stack number 3. We'll go to the bottom and then we'll scroll our way all the way up. So you can see at the bottom here, these compact sections have very little warpage. And it's when we get towards the top where there's less weight on the cards, which really allows these cards to truly warp. Which it makes it even more alarming, I guess you could say, because these are usually not kept in stacks. For the most part, they're kept in binders, and if they're in a binder sheet, if they're not double sleeved or at least single sleeved and then put in the binder sheet, I mean, they're probably going to curl on you. I mean, look at these pockets of light right here in this third stack. As we're scrolling up through the stack, you could already see one developing right there. Look at that. I mean, what is going on with these cards? Absolutely insane. So we're going to move on over here to this 4th stack, which is the last big stack. And this stack contained all the lands, commons, uncommons. Nothing really developing yet. And then we start getting towards the top here. And right here, sure as anything, look at that. we got the wings here. The ends are just bowed out. And look at these cards that are splayed out. These are cards that are supposed to be played with. These aren't like collector's cards that get put into... I mean, if they were. I mean, look at the top card here. This looks like a half pipe or quarter pipe for a skateboard. I mean, come on. I mean, this end's almost turned up, so it almost is a half pipe. But it's definitely a quarter pipe. I mean, look at that. That's insane. That looks like a chip that you'd scoop dip out with. And this is what you're supposed to play with. And it's random which ones get affected. As you can see here, even the good ones that are, you know, mythics and rares, they get affected as well. So let's go to the... You can see right here we got a nice gap there. Let's see which card that is. Okay. That is Fraying Omnipotence. So that is a foil Fraying Omnipotence right there. This card right here is warped. Straight warped. And then the Alpine Moon is the same way. Another straight warped card. As you can see, I'll put it face down. And then you can see where the corner lifts up right here, which means that it's bowed out like a Pringle. And then the other corner of the card has a bow up as well. And you can see that where if I turn it like that, let's do that and let's drop the camera a little bit. So now you can see both ends, one back here and one back here. These are both bowed up. And this is an Alpine Moon. I mean, this would have been worth money, but now it's basically trash because it's curled up. I mean, you can't honestly sell this to somebody and feel good with yourself if it's warped like this. I mean, that's just not right. I mean, you could play with it and you could have fun with it, I'm sure. Flatten it out with a couple books and hopefully it doesn't ruin the card. But out the pack, I should not have this happen at all. I mean, look at that. Look at that corner. And then this one too. Insane how this happened. Now, we're going to look at the next one, which is going to be the Bolus. Here's the most expensive card out of the whole entire box, out of the whole set, let's just say that. Let's get the camera to focus. So look at this. Another half-pipe situation here. Nicol Bolas, Planeswalker, Mythic. Absolute garbage. Look at this. Look at this bowed up. Look at it bowed up. Look at that. So I turned it upside down, so now it's bowed down, but it's actually bowed out in the middle, which is where you're seeing that press. Absolutely ridiculous. This is garbage. So this is the reason why Wizards of the Coast and Magic the Gathering probably aren't going to be around for very much longer in the physical form, because they obviously cannot fix this problem, fix this issue. I don't even want to really go into laying these out in smaller stacks. Let's see. Because it's not, at this point, it's not even worth it. And as you can see in these stacks, see these marks where it looks like the stack is actually shifted? Well, it actually did. This, in a minuscule way, is the cards actually warping. And when they warp, if they don't actually create like a huge pocket like you see right there, then they might just shift the stack a bit. And that's actually more evidence of the cards warping themselves. I mean, look at this stack right here. Look at these jagged edges down here. I mean, it's very difficult to see the contrast of it, but very jagged the edges are on that stack. It's almost like the whole stack kind of shifted that way. It's got like this Leaning Tower of Pisa look. Very bizarre. Very bizarre that they would allow this product to hit the shelf like this. Yeah, it's just very disheartening, very disappointing. Because I have products of theirs from 94 and on, and it's just pretty disheartening to see this type of stuff. And all their products basically haven't started doing this until recently. Because I do have sets probably into the early 2000s that I have around now that are not at all curling or misshapen like this. But this is just too many. I mean, almost every card is basically ruined in this stack. I mean, not all of them, but I mean, I bet you if I left them in smaller stacks, you would see way more of them, and a majority of these would be essentially ruined. I imagine all the foils are just messed up, destroyed. Here's Sarkhan. We'll check him out as the last card. Let's drop down the camera here. And let's see here. Even Sarkhan, we have the half pipe thing going on, the Pringle chip, where you got the corner right here and the corner over here. Whoops. There we go. Corner right there. Basically teeter-tottering. And this isn't even a foil. This is just a planeswalker. This is just a straight-up planeswalker. Here we got Scape Shift. Look at that. Same thing with the Scape Shift. Pringle style. Here's the Alnisons. What we got going on here? Straight up Pringle style. I mean, this is every single one. Every single one. Here's a straight up regular Alpine Moon. This one appears to be majority flat. Majority flat for this one. Yeah, see, majority flat. So this one is actually flat. This is just a regular straight up rare. But when compared to its foil counterpart, I mean, Pringle status. Look at that. Look at the difference of that. I mean, look at the light gap on this side compared to this corner over here. Even if you were to compare this corner to this corner right here, these two, look at the difference of the light gap. Insane. Look at that. Crazy. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below, how crazy this is. It's less than 24 hours. I don't usually do a double upload, but today we're doing it because I wanted to show you guys what exactly happened during this unboxing in such a short amount of time. So let me know in the comments below what you think of all this nonsense with these cards and the damages with everything. But yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you like me doing little follow-ups like these, and if you want more content like this, subscribe to this channel for more. Have a great rest of your day.